All right, hi there. This is a very different video than anything I've ever really done before. Kind of right now in between projects. I just released my musical like a month ago, month and a half ago, and yeah, I don't have any like music projects right now. I mean, I'm gigging in a musical right now, but aside from that, I don't have like anything in the back burner as far as videos to do. So I'm doing something completely different. I am making a tier list of every single Babylon 5 episode. Um, for those of you coming to this channel who are Babylon 5 fans, please note that this is not a Babylon 5 channel or sci-fi channel. It's a music channel that where I show my music projects. And for those of you who have been following this channel because of my music projects, well, sorry. This is definitely different, but I hope you don't mind. A little bit of background. Babylon 5 is my favorite TV show of all time. I kind of joke that I am the youngest original fan. The show started airing when I was in first grade, so I was about 7 years old, and I didn't watch every episode, but yeah, I watched a good chunk of that first season. I do have vague memories of it back then, so I was a big fan from the very beginning. It quickly became my favorite show. I've watched through it, I think, a total of 6 or 7 times over the years. Most recently, just last fall, October, November of 2025. Before that, I was in 2018. And before that, it had been like 12 years. But I watched it tons, like in the late 90s, early 2000s. I definitely have a lot of opinions that might go against the grain. Unfortunately, one of the disadvantages of internet discourse is that it tends to homogenize opinions in fandoms, which is really unfortunate. So I definitely will poke fun of our Babylon 5 on Reddit a bit because there's definitely some opinions in there I don't agree with. But I won't lie. The internet has affected my opinions over the years in regards to this. I'm going to try and talk about like how my opinion was when I like first saw the first run in the 90s, how it changed when I watched the DVDs in high school, and my recent rewatches, and even like some opinions I have gleaned from online sources as well. So I'm going to try and differentiate, but not take too long because there's 110 episodes. So thankfully, somebody created a tier list already on the tier website, and they included pictures in the background, as you can see here, of each episode, which is really nice because I'm not going to lie, half of these episodes I can't match the title to the episode itself. And then sometimes I might forget, like, oh, which B plot does this episode happen in? So I might make some mistakes during this process. You'll have to forgive me on this. There is already kind of a S, A, B, C, D list here. Just to make things easy, I'm going to just do it like this. I'm not a huge fan of the SABCDF list in general, but it'll just be easier for me to remember rather than saying which one was like, oh, this is the mediocre category. I'm just going to have it like this. I will adjust episodes as I go along, just because I might find myself, oh, I accidentally rated all these episodes too high in the beginning, and then I kind of have to adjust it down. I'm going to do a little bit of curve on this, but not too much. I will say, actually, let's get on to it. I'll talk as I go along. So, Midnight on the Firing Line. I've always liked this episode. I think it's a pretty solid episode. It introduces the characters, introduces the show, the premise, and everything. It's not like super great, but it's not a bad episode. It's pretty decent. I'm just going to say it's B. It is definitely better than The Gathering. I would probably on this list put The Gathering as C or even D. And please know I don't hate any episode. Nothing on here just like sucks so much that it's not worthwhile. Everything on here is worthwhile to some degree. It's just there are episodes better than others, and there are episodes that are mediocre. And I know you're going to go at me. It's like, oh, but The Gathering, it has Lita and it has foreshadowing. Look, it's not great. Well, TV movie, episode TV movie. It's not that great. Okay. I'm probably going to talk about the whole foreshadowing thing in a little bit. There's a specific episode I want to talk about that. But yeah, Midnight on the Firing Line, my main problem with it, so we're early on in the production of the series, so they're still trying to find their footing. The pacing on this episode is a little slow, and I don't mean so much the story beats, but it's more like the shots themselves, the scenes themselves, the editing. They linger on shots a little too long, and the characters aren't quite there. Ivanova is still a little too prim and proper than what we're used to. And then also the battle against the Raiders is not quite as dynamically shot as even later in the first season. So yeah, the editing pacing, the shot by shot pacing is a little slow on this. It is kind of jarring a little bit, but otherwise, yeah, I like it. It's a good episode. Soul Hunter. Soul Hunter's fine. I do think the internet hates it more than I do. I do like the concept of Soul Hunters. They're not really explored all that much. I'm kind of wondering if it wasn't for the Sinclair Sheridan reset that they might have talked about Soul Hunters more. I mean, they're briefly mentioned in a season 4 episode. I can't think of the name off the top of my head until I get there. And then, of course, they make a movie out of them, and the movie's not like the greatest in the world, but it's not bad. It does have some, like, security is stupid in this episode. Like, are you really going to fall for the whole, oh, I'm accidentally passed out trick? Like, come on. Yeah, it's C. It's not bad, though. Born to the Purple. Here we have a non-JMS episode. I'm going to say this is C as well. I will say I probably like this less than the internet, but not by much. Yeah, I mean, it's a great Londo episode. It's great for his character building, and then of course it's Adira, and she's a babe. But yeah, it's not a bad non-JMS episode. So I don't know, maybe better than Soul Hunter. I don't know how much I'm going to like rank them with each ranking. That might get a little much towards the end, but we'll start with this. Infection. Okay, I do not hate Infection. Do I agree? Is this one of the worst episodes? Sure. Some people say it is the bottom. I disagree. When I was younger, I think I liked the episode more. I don't remember from the original watch, but when they started re-airing it, once they went to TNT, I was in 5th grade at the time, and I do remember it then. I don't remember hating it. I mean, it is a bit cheesy, and yeah, you got the guy in the rubber suit. I would say my biggest problem with Infection, and it's not something that's ever really talked about, at least in the internet discourse that I've read. So this is the first episode produced, for those who don't know. I think it is. And it definitely has the most early installment weirdness of the first few episodes. But the blocking, I would just say the direction of this episode is really weird. And weird in kind of a bad way. The way characters are blocked in scenes, and for those of you who don't know blocking, it's a theater term. It's like the positioning and movement of the people on the stage or the set or whatever, is really weird. And also the direction given to the actors is weird. Like that professor guy, Vance is the character name, I believe. Like when he first walks into Med Lab, and by the way, the Med Lab set is awful. I'm glad they fixed it right after this, but it does not look good this episode. But yeah, when like Vance walks in, and then Steven is like, Vance, what are you doing here? His reaction is like he has a kid that's supposed to be at a friend's house, but decides to show up to his work. Does that make sense? Like that's his reaction. It's not like, oh, this is a guy he hasn't seen in several years who was like a mentor slash professor slash teacher that they respected. It's a really odd. His reaction is really odd, and I'm just gonna blame that on the direction. So you have like bad blocking, like bad acting choices here that just feel weird. And then I remember, like, I think towards the end when Steven is explaining to Sinclair what the Karens are, it's like a walk and talk sort of thing, and it's just the movement and it's just weird. It's shot really poorly in my opinion, and that to me bothers me more than like, oh, there's a guy in a rubber suit. I spent a lot of time with this episode. I'm so sorry. This episode does have good things, like the whole Ikaran ideology and the uncovering of that is a neat idea. Obviously, it's explored more fully with the shadows later, but it's fine. The scene with Garibaldi and Sinclair, the Death Wish scene towards the end is good. And I believe this is the episode with the interview with the ISN reporter. That we need to go to the stars. And even though like it's not the most well-written monologue in the series, it's good. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to say this is D. It is definitely a lower tier, but it's definitely not the worst. The action is decent. You can't really complain. Parliament of Dreams. I'm going to say A. Just spoiler alert, this is my favorite season 1 episode. I love this episode. This is, in my opinion, the first episode where the production team, JMS and everybody, they found their footing. Feels like a Babylon 5 episode. The first episode that really feels like, yes, this is a B5 episode. And like the directing, the shots, cinematography, the editing, even the characters finding themselves. Like, Jakar in the first few episodes is a little different, but here it's like, okay, this is Jakar. This is Jakar. He finally figured out his character. I love all the plots. I love, obviously, the Jakar assassination plot's great. The religion plot is great. The Catherine Sakai plot is great. Yeah, I love this episode. I don't know if it's S tier, though. I'm going to put it at A for now. I may move it later, but yeah, I really, really enjoy this episode. Mind War. Ooh. I'm going to put Mind War at B. I know people are going to probably freak out about that. I would say I do like it less than the internet. It is a good episode, but it just has some cheesy stuff. Like, it's not Bester's best episode. I mean, it's his worst episode, I guess, if you're going to go that route. But it does introduce him. But like that scene where him and Kelsey are doing that deep scan of Talia, and they have their hands out, and they're like circling her. They kind of drop that for good reason. It's kind of dumb. And then I think another reason why is I think this episode was meant to be far more important if Talia had stayed on the show. But the fact that she left kind of makes the whole Jason Ironheart storyline almost a moot point, sadly. So yeah, it's good. I like it. It's just It's not like the best episode though. War Prayer, is this the Home Guard one? Yeah, I don't know if I should put this at bottom of C or D, or high D. I know people love quoting the shoes line. My shoes are too tight, I forgot to dance. But it's not a great episode. The Centauri kids, even though they're clearly in their 20s, they can't act very well. Yeah, and I mean, like, it is the Home Guard episode, but when do we ever see Home Guard again? This is kind of the episode that builds up Home Guard as being this big bad. And then, like, right in the beginning of season 2, they're like, Home Guard, they're small fry, and we never hear from them again. So, like, they're introduced as a big bad that never really bothers the station again. I mean, the whole human first movement does morph into, like, the Night Watch and stuff, but, like, yeah, like, a Home Guard doesn't lead into that. So you can't even say this, like, sets up a storyline, because it really doesn't. Yeah, I might move that down to D later, but we'll leave it at bottom of C for now. Sky Full of Stars, an episode that I also probably like less than the internet, but is a perfectly decent episode. Another casualty of Sinclair leaving. It has less importance than it probably was originally meant to have. It is, it's a good episode. I'll put it in B. I think that's a good place for it. Deathwalker. Yeah, Deathwalker is definitely one of the better non-JMS episodes. I can't fault it. It's good. I don't really have much to say about it. Deathwalker as a character is great. Obviously, the Vorlon solution is good. Was this the episode with the Vicar? I think it was. Again, that's going back to, like, Jason Ironheart. It doesn't actually lead anywhere, which is unfortunate. But I like Deathwalker. Yeah, I'll just put it there for now. It's a good spot. Believers. Oh boy, Believers. I'll say that my opinion on this episode has changed over the years. I used to love this episode. Especially, like, back in, like, middle school and high school when I had rewatched the series, like on the Sci-Fi channel and then on the DVDs. I was in my angry atheist phase, which I still am in my angry atheist phase, but a little bit more nuanced and subtle about it. So, it was like, yeah, fuck religion. Oh, it makes bullshit like this happen. And, like, nowadays, does seem heavy-handed. And especially me as a writer, I love my subtlety. So it is a bit heavy-handed. I do still like this episode, but it's not a love anymore. So I'll put it in middle of B. Okay, Survivors. I could tell by the image that this is the Garibaldi on the Run episode, which is a neat idea. And I like the major in charge of the presidential security. I think it's a good character. Actor did a good job. Wish she was kind of in the series more, but she probably died on Earth Force One. So, but yeah, it's a good episode, and I might put it upper C. It's decent. By any means necessary. Okay. So I am a union guy. I am part of the musicians union. I've always been very pro-union. Very, very pro-union, pro-labor. So I do naturally love this episode. I love, I think her name is Connolly. I think she's a great character. The Mario guy is a bit stereotypical. But yeah, oh yeah, and the whole Jaquan Eth plant thing. Yeah, this is a good episode. I don't know if I would put this on A, but this is, like, definitely top B. I might move it up later. And if you're noticing that like everything's kind of skewing towards the bottom, yeah, season 1 is my least favorite season. It's really interesting how internet discourse has changed, because like it was universally believed that, oh, Michael O'Hara's a wooden actor, season 1's boring, blah blah blah, and now there's like scores of people online who are like, oh my god, Sinclair's my favorite character, season 1 is so amazing, oh, there's so much foreshadowing, this and that, and it's like, no. And yes, I'm fully aware of the Michael O'Hare story. I know it's not really his fault. I understand that we have to take what we got, and judge that. So, yeah, season 1 is my least favorite season. Signs and Portents. Is this A? I don't know. It is obviously the namesake of the first season. It has like the first big space battle, and when I was a kid watching the show originally, the space battles was where it was at. So yeah. And the space battle's done well. We're introduced to Morden, so that's important. The whole eye thing is whatever. I don't know if I would put this on A. I might put it there for now. I don't love it like Parliament of Dreams, though. I don't want to like bury B, though. But if we are curving, then B would be the most anyways. Oh, let's move on. TKO. Okay, I have a lot to say about this episode. For years and years, this was the worst episode of B5 for me. Shocker. I don't even need to explain why. After not my recent rewatch, but my first rewatch after like 12 years, back in 2018, it no longer was my least favorite, but it is down there. And look, the one thing I wanted to address, because I know people like on Reddit see this, they'll be like, oh, but the foreshadowing. He says, watch your back, foreshadowing, and oh, the Ivanova sitting Shiva story is so important, blah blah blah. Okay, look. The presence of foreshadowing, the mere presence of foreshadowing, doesn't make something good or not. Okay? Like, yes, foreshadowing is a literary device that good writers can use for very, very creative ways, and to create wonderful art. But just the presence of foreshadowing in of itself is not like, doesn't make something better in of itself. Okay? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Secondly, okay, let's talk about the Ivanova storyline. People always talk about how, like, oh, it elevates the episode, blah, blah, blah. It's super important for a character. Is it really an amazingly well-written plotline with amazing monologue and dialogue? Not really. I mean, it's fine. I mean, it's good. It's good for her character development. But it's not like there's so much else, even in so many other plot lines and themes, even in season 1, that are just like better than that plot line. And that's the best plot line of this episode. Like, by itself, the Ivanova story, the B plot, is a B ranking. It's fine. It's not like great. And then of course the Walker Smith side is pretty bad. So yeah, it's down there. I don't buy the apologist for this episode. But I did make a comment on Reddit a few weeks back where it's like, in the grand scheme of things, yes, is it towards the bottom of a B5 episode? Absolutely. But it's not like an offensive piece of television. As someone who was a child in the 90s and watched a lot of TV in the 90s, there is like way worse shit out there than TKO. it's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, there's stuff that coming out now that's like worse than this. I would rather watch TKO than any episode of season 2 of Picard, Star Trek Picard. Yeah, it's really not the worst thing in the world, but it almost is for B5. Okay, I spent a lot of time on the shitty episode. Let's move on to Grail. Yeah, I never hated Grail, and then I was shocked to find that everybody on the internet like considered this a bottom tier episode. It always it blew my mind originally. I never was like really thought Jinxo was a terrible character, and I think this is like one of those episodes where unfortunately internet discourse has influenced my mind on this episode. David Warner is obviously good, but yeah, and I like the bad guy, Deuce. Yeah, I thought he was a good character, and the whole like feeder being in like a Vorlon countersuit, I thought was a cool touch. It's not like a horrible episode. Yeah, I can't really rank it highly though. I can blame the internet for that, but I'll probably put it upper D. I want to put lower C, but I have a feeling that once we get past season 1, there's not going to be many D episodes, so I should probably have that consideration in mind. Eyes. Is Eyes the episode with Wei-Yun? I think so. Yes. Okay. I've been watching like a few reaction channels for B5 recently, and a lot of people like Eyes. So I feel like I don't like Eyes as much as others. I don't know how I would rank it. Probably C. What's the B plot in this episode? Does it have a B plot? Oh, is this the motorcycle episode? Actually, I think that's what this is. Okay, it's the motorcycle episode. I do love the final scene with the motorcycle. The CGI is bad. I don't give a shit. It's great. I love it. Yeah, I'll put Eyes and C somewhere. There. I think that's good. Legacies, the Naroon episode with the Shy Elite. Where's the Shy Elite? And then with the worst actor in the whole season, or the whole show, with that latent telepath. Yeah, I kind of like Eyes. I don't know. I don't really have a strong opinion on this. It's decent. Might put it above Survivors. Come on, there we go. Okay. Yeah. That's all I have to say about that one. All right, should I rank Voice in the Wilderness 1 and 2 separately? I think internet discourse likes 1 more than 2. And I don't necessarily disagree, although 2 is the introduces my favorite ship of all time. Unfortunately, I broke mine, haven't fixed it yet. I don't know if the camera's on a manual zoom, so it's probably going to be blurry, but here you go. It's my favorite ship. I think it's this, the Hyperion. So I do kind of love this episode because it introduces this. I do think I like it less now than I used to. I do feel like, especially after you watch the whole show, the whole Londo being one of the ones who knows the concept of self-sacrifice or third rule of sentience or whatever that thing Drawl was talking about. Like, this is kind of out of character for Londo. I feel it's weird. I don't know. I'm sure people can write essays disagreeing with me on that, but like, it means not super out of character, but at the same time, like, we never see the side of him again. Actually, now that I'm thinking of it, that's the whole reason why he took the Keeper, was because he was sacrificing himself for the good of his people. Okay, you know what? Yeah, no, I actually see it now. Ha, all right. But where am I going to rank it? Do I rank it together? Do I rank it apart? I don't even know how long I'm recording. I'm not even done with the first season. I mean, it's B. I'll say it's above Mind War Part 2. Yeah, you know what? I'll just put them together like that. I think people like it more than I do. That's fine. Babylon Squared. Where am I placing this episode? It's not A. I'm going to say high B. Yeah, I think. Come on. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Quality of Mercy. Good episode. Don't have much to say about it. That hasn't like already been. I mean, people know what this episode is. I'll put it kind of middle B there. Chrysalis is A. Chrysalis is probably my second favorite. It is my second favorite episode this season. I do feel like, at least with the first 3 seasons, the season finales are all bangers, and Chrysalis is no exception. Chrysalis is definitely going to be staying in A. I'm not going to bump it down like I might bump down Signs and Portents later, but yeah, this is good. Okay, season 1, it's done. Yay. Okay, season 2, Points of Departure. It's a perfectly fine episode. It's better than Midnight on the Firing Line. Introduces Sheridan. What else happens in it? We get explained the meaning of the surrender of the Battle of the Line. Like, oh shit, we lost like the most important character to show. Let's wrap up that storyline really quick. Yeah, it's a fine episode. Let's do that. All right. Revelations. Okay, what happened here? Obviously, Delen's out of the Chrysalis. I think this is when Morden comes back. And Jakar sends the Narn ship to Zaha Doom. It gets blowed up. I don't think it's a particularly exciting episode. I might put it like low B. Okay, Geometry of Shadows is a good one. I would say this is an A. Don't really have much to say about it. It's good. The Technomages are awesome. You know, one of the best parts of Crusade is the Technomages. So yeah, it's a don't have much else to say about that one. Oh, it's just the green and purple. Yeah, this is a good episode. This is a great episode. Distant Star. So now we're at a non-JMS season 2 episode. Yeah, the line that really bothers me about this episode is the whole like, no one has ever saved a ship that has been lost in hyperspace before, and us, Babylon 5, the point of view, location, characters in the show are going to be the first ones to do it. It's like, yeah, right. The method they use to find the Explorer ship is like something that like anybody could have conceived. Like, come on. With the like, this would have had to have happened before. So I don't know. That line just kind of turns me off. Yay, non-JMS writing. Yeah, this is a C episode for me. The Explorer ships are badass though. Also, I noticed this on my most recent rewatch. Ivanova is uncharacteristically antagonistic towards Sheridan. Like, she like snaps at him. It's weird. Like, she gets angry at him like later in the show, sure. Like when he takes Morden into custody and things like that. But like here, she's like unusually hostile towards him just because he's like has a messy desk. It's the characterization just doesn't quite fit. So this is a C for me. Um, I need water. Okay. Long Dark. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, this is one where, yeah, the whole Steven and hibernation lady thing is weird. It has not aged well at all, if it even aged to begin with. I like the Barclay side of things. I like the whole Soldier of Darkness thing. I like the idea of the sleeper ship. So it's not like, I don't know if I'd put it on D, but it ain't great either. I might put it a low C. Yeah. Spider in the Web. Is that a non-JMS episode? I think it is. But it's a good one. It's like Deathwalker. It's definitely it's a good Talia episode. We're introduced to Bureau 13 that never comes back, and of course we know the reason why. Yeah, I think I like this more in Deathwalker. So I'm going to put it maybe above Revelations. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Soulmates, a fun little episode. I do like the wives, the characters, and Timov. I like her. She's a good character. Good choice for Londo. Is this the Matt Stoner episode? That guy annoys me so much. Yeah, I think that's good. It's a fine episode. Race Through Dark Places is a great episode. Definitely better than Mind War. So I might put it like there. I think that's good. Coming of Shadows. My question is this our first S tier episode, because I do love this episode a lot. Let's just start. Let's just start here. Let's just start our first S episode. Yeah. I mean, what can I say about it? It's freaking great. Okay, Gropos. Yeah, Gropos is fine. It's honestly like Warren Keffer's like this is really his only episode that he's like actually plays a part in. Paul Winfield's fine. We get the weapons upgrade. We meet Dodger. Yeah. Is it B? I don't think it's B. It might be B. I'll put it upper C for now. Yeah. All Alone in the Night. Good episode. Possibly A tier, maybe top of B tier. Yeah, let's put at the bottom of A tier. Acts of Sacrifice. Oh gosh. Okay, so this is the Lumati episode. I would have not known what episode this was based on its name. What the hell is the other plot? You have the Lumati. What's the other plot? I don't remember. I can look it up, but it's not coming to me. Oh, is this the one where Jakar's trying to solve the refugee crisis, and Delenn and Sheridan can't help officially, but they do like the refugee exchange thing? I think that might be this episode. I might be wrong on that. I don't think I've ever actually watched the Boom Shakalaka scene. I think I've even like when I rewatched this in 5th grade when I was like 11, I think I cringed even then. Yeah, this is a B episode, but I don't know where. Maybe below Believers. There we go. Yeah. All right, Hunter Prey. Like my best friend and I, we joke about like it's in downtown, and we get that from this episode. Yeah. I think this is actually a JMS episode, but I always thought it was a non-JMS episode because I do feel it's a little on the weaker end. Um, Perfectly fine episode, but like, yeah, I might say this is C. Yeah, let's do that. If they're all the honor lies, the third Fane of Chidomo episode. What's the guy's name? Sean, I think. Um, and this is the B5 Emporium one. I like that storyline. The whole like Minbari are all about honor, and we never hear about that again. Is weird. Yeah, I don't like. Yeah, the A plot's weak. Strong B plot. That seems to be a recurring theme. I don't know. I do really like the B5 Emporium part though. So I might have to say, let's put it on C. Why not? Now for a word. Good episode. Nice change of pace. I'm going to say this is a solid B episode. Just throw it right in the middle there. I don't have like super strong feelings about it, but it's good. In the Shadow of Zaha Doom. Yeah, this is a good one. I'll say this is an A. I'll put it here. Yeah. Don't have much else to say about it. It is good. Knives. Okay. Least favorite episode. After the last two rewatches, I was like, no, I hate Knives. 4B5 episode. I don't hate it. And like my problem with, I forgot what episode I was talking about. Oh yeah, the whole ship lost in hyperspace episode. There is a line in here that really bothers me, both for an in-universe canon reason, but also as a example of poor writing. And that was the explanation of B4 to Sheridan. Dear God, that was like the worst info dump of all time. So let's look at it two different ways. So let's look at it in universe canonically. Is that the Watsonian way of looking at things? And then the Doylist is the meta-analysis, I think is how it is. Anyways, so like Garibaldi, Sheridan's like, B4, I thought that disappeared 4 years ago. And Garibaldi's like, no, like last year it reappeared and we rescued it, and we rescued the people working on it, and Earth kept it under wraps. And it's like, that does not hold under any level of scrutiny whatsoever. Like, there's no fucking way that would ever work. Like, too many people. It's the reason why like conspiracy theories just fall apart, because there's just too many people involved. Everybody working, at least, and working in the military part of B5 will know what happened. Will know what's going on. So and then you have how many people were on B4? The skeleton crew, like 4,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Doesn't matter. These are people who have been declared missing, presumed dead, for quite a few years. Now they're alive, or they've been found alive, rather. They're reintroduced into society, and you're going to pretend they don't exist? Like, no. You can't clamp that down. These family members are going to be like, oh my God. There was this discussion about this on Reddit like a few months back, and it's like, one top level comment was like, oh, you just have them sign NDAs. Well, first off, that's not legally binding. You can't force people to sign NDAs if they don't want to. And besides, there's just, do you make their family sign NDAs too? Like it doesn't work. People will know about this. And like what I mentioned in this comment thread is like, well, you can black bag them and kill them. It's the only way you can hide that. And I don't think, it just doesn't fall. It just doesn't work. People will know about B4, which leads me to my next point. Is that supposed to be an info dump, an exposition dump, to explain to the audience about B4, but it's written so terribly. It is a terrible way of writing exposition, and I hate that writer because of that. They did such a fucking awful job. And then, of course, I didn't mention this earlier, but like I feel like Infection, one of the problems with Infection is that it does kind of feel like a Star Trek episode. It's out of place. Knives definitely feels like a Star Trek episode. It does not fit in the B5 universe. The B plot with Londo and Ursa is fine. I do like Ursa as a character. But it's like the problem with TKO. It's not a good enough storyline to elevate it. Yeah, it's just I just can't stand this episode. It might be the one episode B5 that like I might skip. I never do skip episodes, but if I'm going to skip an episode, it'll be this one. So yeah, there's that. Confessions and Lamentations. Oh my god. The other episode where children die. So it's better than Believers, I would say. I do really like it. I would say it's A tier. Yeah. No, I like it. Saw how to do more. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good episode. Divided Loyalties. I think I like this a little bit more now than I used to. I'm going to say it's a B tier episode, but maybe higher. I have to admit, when I was younger, I did not pick up on the whole Ivana Vitalia thing. I think it's probably because I was just too young at the time. I don't know why I'm whispering. Yeah, so, but yeah, I like it. I might like Race Through Dark Places more. So yeah, I think that's a good place for her. Long Twilight Struggle. So, it's been like 15 years now, I think. AV Club did a big, long retrospective review of like every episode of B5. And they claimed this is one of the 2 best episodes of the whole show. And I don't like... Somebody saying that, I'm not going to disagree with you on it. Like, this is a really good episode. And I think it might now be my favorite season 5 episode. It didn't used to be. I always thought it was a great episode. But there was and of course it's coming up, but there was an episode in season 2 that for a long time I liked more. Now I think this might be it. This might be the best season 2 episode. It's just so good. It's so heartbreaking. It's just wonderful. So yeah. So not much to say about that one. I have a lot more to say about the worst episodes and the good ones. It's really funny. Comes the Inquisitor. I mean, is this an S tier? It's a really freaking good episode. It really is. I don't know if it's an S tier though. Because like when I think of like my favorite Babylon 5 episodes, there tends to be just more to it. Especially since this was a show that was like airing when I was coming of age. I think I naturally have more of a nostalgic, positive reaction to like more action-packed episodes. I always liked this episode. Even when I was like 11, which is the first time I remember watching it. I don't remember in the original run. It's always been a good episode. I just don't think it has the right elements for it to be an S tier for me. So I'm going to say... I'm going to put it right under Parliament of Dreams because I do love Parliament of Dreams. Okay. Fall of Night. So Fall of Night for many years was my favorite season 2 episode. And then like I said earlier, all of the at least the first 3 seasons, they're all bangers. The season finales are all bangers. I do love this one. I don't know if I love it enough for S tier though, but I will say it will top A tier. for now. Okay, season 2. So season 2 does look generally higher on average than season 1. Cool, we're 44 episodes in out of 110. Okay, season 3, Matters of Honor. Yeah, the season premieres are just kind of not mad, but it's like, okay, cool. I mean, we're introduced to Marcus, the White Star. Yeah, it's an alright episode. I think I like it more in Points of Departure. Yeah. Let's put it there. I think that's a good starting place. Convictions. Okay. So I do feel like I have to talk about this because I know that like the entire internet thinks this is probably one of the best episodes. And I disagree. Yes, there is one amazing scene. We all know what scene that is. But the whole bombing plot is just like, it's all right. You know, it's basically like a high C plot with like an S tier scene in the elevator, you know? So it's kind of hard to judge. Like yeah, I mean, aside from that one scene, it's just kind of like a meh episode. I might put it here, right below Believers. I think that's a good place for it. It is better than Revelation, so that's a good way of doing it. Day in the Strife. Okay, so this is that alien probe episode. Is there what's the B plot? Is this the episode where the Narn guy comes with Talon and they're wanting to replace Jakar? That might be this episode. Because I'm looking at the episodes in the future, and I don't think it's in any of the other ones. So let's say it is. Yeah, it's B. I just don't know where in B it would be. Yeah, let's put it there. That sounds good to me. Passing through Gethsemane. And so I have said this in like online in like a chat sometime, but I do believe this is the best non-arc episode in the entire series, and I don't think people will disagree with me on that. It is good. I don't think. Yeah, I'll put it in A. I might put it like just put it right above Science and Portents. I think that's a good place for it. And kind of spoiler alert, yeah, like season 3 is better than season 2. I don't think anybody's going to disagree on that. There's definitely jumping quality in season 3. Part of the reason why I'm like kind of holding back on the A's and especially the S's is because those episodes are coming. Okay, Voices of Authority. So from the picture, that's Ivanova and the Great Machine. Okay, cool. So this is the one with the political officer. The episode's fine. I mean, it's good. I'll put it in B. It's better than A Day in the Strife. I'll say that. I'll just put it between Mind War and Equality Mercy. Yeah, it's good. I think at this point, when I say an episode is fine in season 3, it's going to be more than fine in season 1. Okay, going back to Knives really fast, I will say that where Knives is placed in the season, in the series and the season, I think might influence my opinion of it. Because if this was an early season 1 episode, it probably would go a little bit better. The quality dip would not be felt as bad. I think it would still be D tier, but maybe TKO would still be the worst. I am aware that I might be looking at it through that lens. Anyways, moving on. Dust to Dust, great episode. A tier episode. best episode so far. So okay, well, Race Through Dark Places is B. So I might say Dust to Dust, and of course the Jakar Revelation scene is so good. It's so good. I'm gonna put this right above Passing Through Gethsemane. Yeah, season 3 is looking pretty good right now. Exogenesis. Everybody's like, "What are you doing?" Maybe I might be a bit harsh. Just because I don't really see any more D's. That's what she said. Any more D's coming up for a while. So I feel like it needs. Look, so here's the thing about Exogenesis. It's not bad. It's not a. There's not like bad dialogue, bad acting, bad direction. Its problem, and this is like a cardinal sin of fiction in general, is that it's boring. This A plot is just, I'm just bored. This is to me, this is like one of the most boring episodes of the whole show. TKO ain't boring. Infection ain't boring. Exogenesis is kind of boring. Yeah, I remember Okay, I'm just trying to think of timeline here. Okay, so this would be summer of '99. This was around the time when Crusade was first airing on TNT, and that's in the States. If you do not live in the United States, when I talk about TNT, it's a cable channel that season 5 went to when it was picked back up again. But I think we just randomly turned on the TV. So yeah, I was 12 at this time, just starting middle school, and Exogenesis happened to be on. And we sat and just watched it, the rest of the episode, and I just remember thinking, this is kind of boring. This episode's kind of blah. This is a blah episode. And I've held that opinion ever since. It just doesn't excite me. And then the B plot with Corin is also kind of blah. I mean, the whole like rose joke where she buys roses for Marcus. I mean, that's kind of cool, but like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it really should be like bottom C, but I'm just going to put it in D. Okay. We're at the trilogy. Okay. I'm just doing it all at once. Let's do that. Okay. So yeah, for those of you who don't know, the trilogy is the three, the three like probably most important episodes of the whole show. Arguably the three most important. They're almost right back in the middle of the series. Technically, the episode after is the middle episode, and it has been called a trilogy since like, I don't know, 2000. I remember, like my brother and I referring to it as a trilogy like way back when I was like middle school, high school. It's just so good. Like if this was a single episode, it'd be the best episode, but that's kind of cheating anyways. And then I think that AV Club retrospective I was talking about earlier, this was the other episode they considered the best. So the fact that Long Twilight Struggle and Severed Dreams are at the top, it's kind of fitting of that. I love Point of No Return. It's so good. Messages from Earth, I think I liked more when I was younger, but it is the weakest of the three. But I still love it. It's still a good episode. Yeah. I don't really have much else to say about this three. I had to put them all at once. So yeah. Good episode. 3 episodes. It's good 3 episodes. Ceremonies of Light and Dark. Yeah. It's a good episode. It's not as good as Messages from Earth. I might put an upper B, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I might put it like here. Yeah. It's good. I like it. I don't think it's quite like a top tier A episode for me. And for me, like, A episodes are amazing. S is just like my absolute favorite episodes. Sick Transit Veer. Okay. Yeah, I like that one. This is the Abraham Luconi and the Lindesty, the crazy fiance arranged marriage thing. Yeah, I'm going to put it right above Quality of Mercy. I think that's a good place for it. How am I on the spread? Okay, S and D are about even. A and C are even. And B is, of course, the beefiest. That makes sense. All right. Late Delivery from Avalon. I think this is another episode I liked more when I was younger. Okay, so you have the Arthur A plot. What was the B plot of this episode? Don't remember. I'm going to put it just under Mind War. Yeah. What was the B plot of this episode? All right, Ship of Tears. This is a good one. Is it A tier? I don't think so, but I will put it top of B. Let's go with that. Okay. In the Losing Examinations, this is the Kosh dying episode. Is there another plot in this episode? Is this the episode where Steven resigns? Thirteen PSI. I don't know why that was rent free in my head. Yeah. We see the Forlons kick ass. I mean, Kosh dies. That's a huge deal. That's a great scene. I might put this bottom A, maybe? Yeah. Okay, War Without End. Where's Babylon Squared? Okay, well, it's better than Babylon Squared. It's great. It is a good episode. I'm going to definitely A tier this. Both episodes. I'm looking at the list here. I like it more in Chrysalis. Like it. I'm going to put it at the top of A tier. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a good place for her. It's not quite an S tier for me. It's not like one of my favorite episodes, but it's a really good episode. Walkabout. Okay, so that's the singer one. Kaylin? I don't remember her name. And is this the episode where Ulkish comes? I think so. Okay. God, I want to put like more season 3 episodes in the A tier, but I gotta think about the curve here. I'm going to say this is B, but it's fine. I'm going to put it right below Mind War. I find Mind War's kind of like been a good like pivot point. Like, is it better than Mind War or worse than Mind War? Grey 17 is missing. So this is another one of those episodes that often rank on the bottom of some people's lists, even below TKO. I disagree on the assertion that Exogenesis is worse, in my opinion. So it's not even the worst season 3 episode. And I feel like if this episode, or at least the quality of the episode, aired in like season 1, it'd be like amazing. Or you know what I mean. Like, I don't hate the Grey 17 plot. I think it's fine. Okay, the Zarg in the rubber suit. Okay, sure. I don't know. I just thought that like Garibaldi's like solution was kind of clever, even if it's not realistic. Yeah, it's fine. It's not a bad episode. We get Naroon, who's awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I might even like. I'll put this on the top of C just because we don't really have any season 3 in C. But I think that's a good place for it because I do like it. Let's put it there. I think that's good. Yeah. I think that's good. Yeah. It's a good place for it. Rock Clock cried out no hiding place. Well, this is one of the best scenes in the show, and you all know what I'm talking about. I do love. It's so good. See, we had the Reefa plot line here, and then we had like the religious leader smuggling information onto B5. I think that's the plot. Okay. Great episode. I'm going to say it's A. I'm going to put it right there. I'm not sure if it's better than Dusty Does. Let's say it is. All right. Shadow dancing. I think this is another episode like I thought was amazing when I was younger, but like outside the space battle, there isn't like a whole lot. I mean, you do have the Steven, the Franklin, stab scene, which is good. And of course, I do love my Biggie battles. I just don't think it's like that good of a Biggie battle. Like, I almost feel like the Signs and Portents battle's better. The Severed Dreams battle is definitely better. Yeah, I'm going to say it's B. I'll put it there. Now I feel like some of these are too high. Oh well. Okay. So this is the question. Is Zahadum number 1 or number 2? Because I will just say, objectively, Zahadum was the greatest season finale of all time, of any show. Anybody else with another opinion is wrong. It's so good. It is so good. Oh my god, that sequence from when Sheridan escapes the room with Morden and Justin to when the nuke goes off. That whole sequence is so good. I'm almost going to cry right now because of how good it is. You know what? Yeah, it's just above Severed Dreams. I don't care. It's so good. I love it so much. Okay, calm down and drink some water. You're done with season 3. Season 4. I'm just going to say right now, favorite season of television ever. Let's see if it's actually reflected in the scores. I can kind of tell that green is definitely higher on average, but purple. sorry, Team Green. Purple's going to be higher. Hour of the Wolf. What happens in Hour of the Wolf? Fuck, I don't remember. I will say that these first 6 episodes of season 4 is like, is like better than the trilogy. But it's 6 episodes instead of 3, so per episode the trilogy is better. But this sexology. It's so good, especially on my recent rewatch. Like once I made it through those first 6 episodes, and I was just like, this is why it's my favorite show. It's all so good. Now I'm like, what happened in the Hour of the Wolf? Is that where they went to Zahadum? They got into that trance, and then Lanier's autopilot pulled them out. Is that this episode? Yeah, I feel like the other season premieres, it's like, it's fine. It's good. I'll put it better than, I think Matters of Honor is the best. Yeah. So Hour of the Wolf. So we're at least here. I'll put it up here. Yeah, I think that's a good starting place. Now I'm feeling I have to like start moving stuff down to C so it balances out the A's. Whatever happened to Mr. Garibaldi? Oh, and another. I can't believe I forgot about Cartagia. Like, he's introduced now with the Wolf. And that might be the episode where the shadow ships come over Centauri Prime, I think. Whatever happened to Mr. Garibaldi? Oh, it's even better. You know what? This is bothering me. I was doing that. I think, yeah. Actually, you know what? There we go. Okay. Okay, whatever happened to Mr. Garibaldi? It is so good. All 6 of these episodes are so good. It is better than Hour of the Wolf. Where it's better in Voice in the Wilderness. It's better. Yeah, I'm going to put it here. Yeah, I think that's. I feel like it's still too low. There we go. Okay. All right, the summoning. Okay, so obviously this is the episode that Jakar gets lashed, gets whipped. I think this is when Garibaldi's rescued and Sheridan returns. So that all happens in this episode, if I remember correctly. I'm okay. I don't know. I'm going to put it here. Sorry, I'm not like talking. I'm just trying to think. Because those 6 episodes just go right into the other. It's just like one like orgy of awesomeness. Okay, Falling Toward Apotheosis. Straight up, I love this episode title. One thing I will give B5, I don't know if I'm going to credit JMS specifically on this, but just B5 in general, is that the episode names are awesome. And this is one of my like 2 favorite episode names in the whole series. This is the first one. I just love the title, Falling Toward Apotheosis. This is a great episode. Oh, so good. This is better one to date. I am going to say above Signs of Portents, but below Messages from Earth. I think that's a good place. I still feel like I'm rating these episodes too low. All right. Long Night. Okay. So this is Cartagia's death on Narn. And is this when Erickson sets a trap? Yeah. Fun side note, now I was watching this with my friend who had already he had already seen it a couple times, but we were watching it together like in college. This was like 2006, 2007. We get to this episode and he's like, man, I can't take him seriously because he's the dad from Malcolm in the Middle. Because this would have been before Breaking Bad started. So that's what Bryan Cranston was known as. And of course, I never really watched Malcolm in the Middle, so I just never made that connection. I always liked the character of Erickson. It's a bit part, but like it's an important part. He just always stuck with me. Yeah. Long Night is here. Into the Fire. Low S. Yeah. Into the Fire might be the single like most important episode of the whole show. It's like the thesis statement of the entire show is Into the Fire. And we'll get a second climax later, but like yeah. I I still feel like this is too low. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, we're through the six. I'm going to calm down now. Rest of season 4. Epiphanies. Okay, this is a Bester episode. This is when Zaha Doomber blows up. What else happens? I don't remember. I think just coming off of Into the Fire, it's like I don't really care right now. I think this is when Garibaldi resigns. Yeah, it'd have to be. Okay, I'm going to put this probably there for now. It's just not really... Nothing much is sticking out to me. All right, Illusion of Truth. Oh my god, yes. This is like an episode, I distinctly remember this from the original run, for sure. And maybe understand at age 10, like how propaganda works. I learned from a young age. This is the better of the 2 ISN episodes. Okay, so there's now for a word. So Illusion of Truth has to be higher than that. I do agree. I wouldn't put this in A, but I would definitely put it in B somewhere. It's such a frustrating episode too. Let me put it there. I think that's a good place for it. Atonement. Okay, so this is the Lens of Child of Valen episode. Anything else happen in this episode? Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, it's season 4 gets blurry to me. I'm finding because it's just like I can see, I know all the plots and I know all the scenes. What episodes do they happen in? It's just so much. It's just back to back action that like nothing sticks out, which I mean is a problem, but it really isn't because it's just so amazing. I know people lament like, oh, he had to wrap up the series before he got the, season 5 got picked up again and he had to condense things down. Honestly, I'm happy with that because season 4 is perfect as it is. Otherwise, it will probably be like season 3, which second best season. But I'm just glad we got a season that was just freaking good out of that. So Atonement, I don't know if there's going to be any C tier for season 4. Okay, Atonement. It's definitely down there. Yeah, I put it there. I think that's a good place. Racing Mars. Okay, I know that shot. No, that's not the shot I'm thinking of. The shot I'm thinking of happens in this episode. Okay, no, I think this is the episode where Garibaldi blows up on Sheridan twice. Because that was a couple episodes after Illusion of Truth, so that makes sense. Ivanova, is this when they do the smugglers? When she has a talk with the smugglers? And is this when... Okay. Yeah, this is a good episode, but I'm going to put it in B tier. Now I feel like Divide Loyalties is too high. You know what? I'm going to move Deathwalker down. Sorry. Okay, so it's a little bit more balanced. Lines of communication. So this is the episode where they meet Captain Jack and number 1, I guess. Anything else happen in this episode? I don't know. I do like this episode. It's definitely one of the ones that I like distinctly remember from the original run. Let's see here. I do like it more in Racing Mars. I like it more, an illusion of truth. I'll put it here. Oh my god, I'm running out of room. Okay. Conflicts of interest. So this is when Lise comes to the station. I don't remember anything else that happens. This is when Garibaldi loses his security clearance. Blech, I can't talk. So it's a good one. I'm going to put it right under line. Ah, shit. Right under lines of communication. Yeah. Okay, cool. Rumors, bargains, and lies. Okay, this is going to shock people, but I'm putting this in S tier because this is one of my favorite episodes. Oh my god. Scroll up. Scroll up. There we go. Okay. Yeah. This is kind of an episode I fell in love with, watching it with like my best friend, like, in high school and college. It was like, oh wait, no, this episode is hilarious. It is hilariously funny. It's the funniest episode of the whole show, in my opinion. But it's just so good. And of course, there's going to be people in the comments be like, well, Sharon is acting like the Vorlons did by manipulating. They're like, okay, who gives a fuck? It's funny. Okay. And, he has a point, try and get these people to like, I feel like S might be too high. But it is one of my favorite episodes, though. So I have to put in S. I'll just put it bottom of S. I think the rest of the S will be above. So yeah, cool. Moments of transition. Okay, so this is the Minbari surrendering. Rumors, bargains, and lies. Was that the Narun episode? Yeah, it would have to be. Where she meets Narun on the ship. That plotline was good. I mean, this is a weaker plotline, but like, okay, cool. Moments of transition. I don't remember what the other plot was. It is not coming to me. But it is good. Is it A good? Put it there. I think that's a good place for it. No surrender, no retreat. Okay, this is definitely an A tier. I don't know where, though. I'll put it there. I think that's a good place for it. It could have been either side of Long Night, but yeah, I think that's a good place. Exercise of Vital Powers. So this is another episode that I just love the title. It's not my other favorite one. It's probably my third favorite, but like, yeah, Exercise of Vital Powers. Such a good name. So this is Edgar's gets introduced in person in this one, I believe. Or the previous one, I don't remember. I feel like he was in more episodes, but I think he was only in 2, at least his face. Okay. I just love the episode title. What happens? I'm going to probably put this there. Yeah. It looks red. It looks more like Signs and Portents than Falling Toward Apotheosis. Anyways, cool. Now I feel like Signs and Portents is too high. I'm going to bump Geometry of Shadows up 1. Okay, cool. Face of the Enemy. Oh, this is a good one. I feel like actually this should go here. Yeah, okay, cool. Intersections of Real Time. So, like, just a quick aside. So this would have been the show before the summer break, because the seasons didn't follow TV seasons in B5. There was always a summer break, kind of the back half of the season. So this was the one before the summer break. So I was in 4th grade when this aired. I was 10. And you can imagine on paper how unappealing this would be to a 10-year-old. But I remember I was just enthralled. I wasn't like excited and dancing like, oh my gosh, you know, action and space battles and stuff. But I just remembered I was paying attention the whole time, and it was just like it was like I was focused on it. And maybe I'm just bragging how awesome of a 10-year-old I was. I was able to like appreciate an episode like Intersections in Real Time. I kind of place Intersections in Real Time really on the same tier as Comes the Inquisitor. Like, it's a great episode, but doesn't fall into like one of my absolute favorites. I will say I like it more than Comes the Inquisitor. Do I like it more than Parliament of Dreams? I don't think so. Yeah, you know, yeah. Cool. Okay. Between the Darkness and the Light. Now, unfortunately, in the original run, we missed this episode. So, like, when we saw the following episode, we saw that Ivanova was, like, in a neck brace. We're like, what happened? Oh, I guess Sheridan's back. Yeah, we missed this. We missed the post-summer show here. Yeah. And it's kind of weird because even to this day, because I've rewatched, because in all the rewatches, I've obviously seen this episode, but the fact that I did not see it in the original run, when I did watch all season 4, like I can actually more or less remember watching every episode of season 4. Prior to that, it gets patchier because I was just a little too young. But like this season 4 was like the first season where I can actually remember the original run of like maybe a scene or two of each episode. And so this episode to this day feels kind of weird to me because we just didn't see it the first time. I don't know. I do think it might be B tier for me. I might put it just underneath Ceremonies of Light and Dark. Yeah. Cool. All right. Yeah, Endgame's my favorite episode of B5. Always has been. It's always been my favorite. So there it goes. Top S. Not going to say anything more about it. It's perfect. Okay, Rising Star is going to be a bit harder to judge. I kind of consider Rising Star the true season finale of season 4. Because in a way, it was filmed that way. Because Sleeping in Light was going to be the last episode. But even when season 5 got picked up, Sleeping in Light got bumped forward, and we got Deconstruction of Falling Stars to fill in for Sleeping in Light. I feel like Rising Star is... Because Deconstruction of Falling Stars feels like... we'll get there. We'll get there. But yeah, Rising Star feels to me like it's the proper season finale. And things do cool down. There isn't like a cliffhanger or anything like that. But I think if you consider it the season finale, it is on par with the other 3 seasons. So, it is exciting. I don't know if it's gonna be B. I'll put it below the summer. Yeah, I think that's a good place to go. And maybe my rankings are all fucked up. I don't know. Okay, Deconstruction Falling Stars. It's a good episode. I like it a lot less than most people, though. I hate to say it. It's fine. I mean, I like what they're trying to do. I do like what they were trying to do, but also the older I've gotten, the less into the great man theory I've subscribed to. So, like, I kind of like the episode less and less because it relies on the great man theory for it to work the way it's intended. That being said, I do understand that Babylon 5 is not like a political show. Well, it is a political show, but it's a show about myth. It's a mythic show. It's not like West Wing. It's not like a detailed political science show. It's a mythic show. So like, yeah, the great man theory works in the context of this show, I guess. But yeah, if you're going into look at the season finale as being the last episode of each season, this is my least favorite. So I'm putting this below Fall of Night, Chrysalis, Zahadum. Also, yeah, and that's another thing too. This is really a season 5 episode. It's the season 5 production. Like the film stock is season 5 film stock. I was always able to tell the difference between each season based on the film stock, even when I was like a kid. Like season 1 had a certain film stock. 2, 3, and 4, I think more or less had the same or similar film stock, and then season 5 had like a really like saturated look to it. And this has a saturated look. It also has Sheridan's season 5 look, not his season 4 look. So this is very much, yeah, this was produced during the production of season 5. It feels that way. So I might say, wow, Hours of Wolf is low. I might put this. Sorry, Epiphanies. I think Epiphanies might be the lowest season 4 episode. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Last season, season 5. Okay, straight up, I like season 5 more than most people. I don't hate Byron. I will say that when this aired, I was in 5th grade. And at the time, well, I was going, well, I shouldn't say at the time. I go to this sci-fi convention every year. And I've been going since like I was 10. And I always felt, and at the time, I felt that the Byron and his cult reminded me a lot about the people at this sci-fi convention that I went to. And maybe that's just why I didn't hate it, because it just reminded me of these people that I see at this sci-fi convention. I don't know. Yeah, it's just, oh, like these are people I recognize. Now, is the first half of season 5 weaker? Absolutely. It does feel like season 1 at times with its standalone episodes. That's fine. The back half of season 2, I put on par, or excuse me, the back half of season 5, I put on par with season 4. Once the Centauri problem ramps up and the Centauri War happens, it gets great again. But yeah, the first half of season 5 isn't terrible. I would say it is better than season 1, probably more on the level of season 2 in terms of like quality. So yeah, I don't hate it. Okay, let's look at the season premiere, No Compromises. Comparing to the other season premieres, is it as... I remember No Compromises quite a bit, like a lot more than Hour of the Wolf. So part of me wants to rate this higher than Hour of the Wolf. You know what? I'll do that. I'll rate it higher than Hour of the Wolf. Sorry. I also like Lockley. She's kind of a breath of fresh air. Very Long Night of London Malari. I won't say this is S, but this is definitely A tier. I'm going to put a there. I think that's a good place for it. Paragon of Animals. Which one's this one? I love that name. I know it's Shakespeare, but this is my other favorite. No, wait, no. We're not there yet. But I do like the name. I know it's a Shakespeare quote, though. What happens in this one? Is this just where... Is this the... Oh... This is the... Byron refuses Garibaldi. Lita likes Byron. It's like, I want to hear more about you. And I think this has to do with the Drazi fucking around with the Raiders, and yeah. It's fine. It does have that great scene with the Ranger dying, and Alita's in his mind. But I will put this lower. Does that mean No Compromises is the best season premiere? It might be, actually. Now that I'm actually thinking really hard on it, I think it is. Which is weird to say. Like, the season 5 season premiere is better than the other 4, but like, yeah, I think it is. Okay, Paragon of Animals. Yeah, I'm going to put this. You know what? I might put this there. Yeah. View from the Gallery. This is a love it, hate it episode. I do like it, though. It is a neat episode. I'm going to put it in B, but not too low. I'll put it there. Between Points of Departure, Matters of Honor. Yeah, I think that's okay. Learning Curve. Oh, God. This is the Ranger one. This is kind of dumb. Yeah, I might have to put this in C. I'm going to put below grade 17 is missing. Okay, Strange Relations. What the fuck is this? Strange Relations? I literally have no memory of what Strange Relations is. I can't recognize that thumbnail. Is this when Sheridan and Lockley reveal that they were married? But that can't be. No, that's not the main plot point, though. Strange Relations, Babylon 5. Oh wait, no. Oh wait, no. What am I doing? I need to go to the Lurker's Guide. I'm in incognito mode right now because I had been playing around with a tier list yesterday just to make sure it worked, and it's not resetting. So I'm in incognito mode for that reason. Okay. Learning Curve. What happens here? Lockley wasn't on Sheridan's side during the Civil War. Is this where wait, no, not Learning Curve. Strange Relations. Lockley and Sheridan was married for a brief time. Lockley was stationed on out. Oh, this is when Bester comes back. Okay, cool. Yeah. And chases down Byron. All right. This is okay. I might put it there. Yeah, let's put it there. Secrets of the Soul. So this is the Hayek and Hayek Do episode. I can just tell from the thumbnail. I think this is when Londo goes to Centauri Prime. Oh man, why do I know season 5 very well? I know even worse than season 4. Okay, I gotta cheat again. Now that I pulled it up. Oh, it's when Byron's revealed. Okay, yeah. I just saw this thumbnail. It's like, oh, yeah, that's when Byron learns of the telepath's origin. Yeah, I'd say it's an okay episode. Let's put it there. Man, Believers, for as much as I was like praising it earlier, is kind of like towards the bottom now. Which I guess is fitting. Okay, Day of the Dead. This is the best non-JMS episode, bar none. And I know the writer has problems. Is problematic these days, Neil Gaiman, but I still like the episode. It's emotionally touching, to be honest. Like, even for being a new character, like the Lockley one is like my favorite. Lockley and Zoe. They did a really damn good job at like selling like Lockley's backstory and you being invested in it. And I had to give major props to that. So I do really like this episode a lot. I'm going to put this in A. I'm going to put it above Science and Portents. Okay, in the Kingdom of the Blind. Shit, which one's this one? Is this okay? This is where Londo's on the Centauri homeworld. Guy throws a knife, it gets reversed back at him. I believe. Okay, well the region's the thumbnail, so this is when they blackmail. No, okay, so it's mainly the Centauri. What happens on Centauri Prime? Okay. Feel things get more exciting, but we're still not there yet. I'm going to put it above Secrets of the Soul. All right. Okay, I'm going to bump Revelations and Spider in the Web down the seats here just to balance things out a bit more. I feel like season 5 also needs more in the seats here. I think I'm ranking things too high now. Okay. Tragedy of Telepaths. Oh, what happens here? What happens here? Okay, this is the Natoth episode. Bester has returned. Yeah, the Natoth plotline's good, but not great. I'm going to say this is above Points of Departure, but below View from the Gallery. Phoenix Rising. That's a good episode. I remember my brother and I excited because we got to see the result of the scene that was in Deconstruction. It's like, oh, I remember the previews showed that. I was like, oh my god, we get to finally see what happens. And it happened in this episode. I would say this is the best Byron episode, but it's the one where he dies. Oh yeah, no, this is a good one. It's not A, or maybe it is A. Yeah, I'm going to put it there above All in the Night. I think it's a good episode. All right, Ragged Edge. Okay, I need a reminder on this one. Oh, the Drazi one. Okay. Drazi Homeworld. I do like this one. It's not A, but it is a B. I'm going to put it above By Any Means Necessary. Korra's Mother, Korra's Father. That's a great episode. I'm going to put it above Geometry of Shadows. Actually, below it. There we go. Meditations on the Abyss. Okay, this is the Lanier episode, I believe, where they're trying to conserve their oxygen. Yes. Okay. Oh, and this is the bugging episode. Okay, cool. I do like this one too. See, season 5 is not bad. punks think otherwise. Wait, what was Meditation on the Abyss again? Oh yeah, that one. It's fine. I'm going to probably put it just under Quality of Mercy. Darkness Ascending. Fuck. Okay, sorry, these blur a lot. Okay, this is when Linear. We missed this episode. We forgot the tape. The VCR didn't work. We couldn't tape it. So we missed this on its first run. Okay, this is the episode that least comes. And Garibaldi has the dreams in the beginning. I would say... Above Divide Loyalties. And All My Dreams Torn Asunder. This is my other favorite name. Favorite title. I love this title. I'm cheating so much. All my dreams return to Sapari Prime, where they've been imprisoned. Alliance has formally declared war. Okay, yeah, this is a good one. I'm going to say this is A. I'm going to put it under Face of the Enemy. Yeah. Movements of Fire and Shadow. Okay, this is when shit gets really good. And this was the one before the summer break. I distinctly remember it. Movements of Fire and Shadow. I'm going to say it's above Fall of Night. It's such a good name, too. All right, Fall Centauri Prime. This is one of my favorite episodes. I'm going to put it at 4. Yeah. This is such a heartbreaking episode. It didn't affect me the first few times I watched it, but it was when I was watching it on DVD. It was senior year of high school. Just like a week from turning 18. And I watched this episode. You know, I'd seen it a couple times already. But when the montage hits, when Londo was remembering all of his memories, and then that musical cue hit, I just felt my entire soul collapse. Like, it was such an emotional moment for me. And it's hit hard ever since then. It is probably the most emotional moment of the series to date. So there you go. I just can't. It's an S tier. Wheel of Fire. Okay, so that's when Delenn finds out she's pregnant. I can tell by the thumbnail. Okay, so this is when Lita gets arrested. Yes, okay. I have to admit, when Sheridan pulls up the gun on Lita, it's like, you're not the only ones, but touched on Vorlons. It's one of the best scenes in the whole show. I love it. It's so good. Yeah, this is A tier. I would say... Wow, Midnight on the Firing Line. It's now low B. Damn, okay. Wheel of Fire. I'm going to put it above Long Night of Londa Malari, below Falling Toward Apotheosis. I feel like season 5 is too high. Objects in Motion. Okay, so Garibaldi leaves. I think this is the assassination attempt on Jakar. Or assassination attempt on Garibaldi. Then the Jakar assassination attempt, which gets Lise. What else happens in this episode? I'm cheating. I'm sorry. Yeah, number 1's back. And this is when Lena and Jakar leave. Okay. Things are winding down now. I don't know how these... This is hard. These last 3 episodes are never episodes I would just watch, like, out of order. I'll say it's a B. I'll put it above Race Through Dark Places. How about that? No, I'm not going to move any more to C. I think Midnight on the Firing Line at the bottom of B is very accurate. And it'll be top skewed. That's fine. Objects at Rest. Oh boy. Yeah, I would say this is definitely an A. I might do low A. Well, I don't know. I do feel Objects at Rest is a little overrated. Now, if this was the actual series finale, I think this works as a series finale. It does also work as a season 5 finale too. Because it is actually, if you look at it, the last produced season 5 episode. But I think I would rate this episode higher if it was actually the series finale. Maybe B. I do like it more than Objects in Motion. Where did I put Objects in Motion? You know what? I'll put it right above Objects in Motion. Okay. I'm not going to rate Sleeping in Light. It's too personal for me. This whole thing has been just fun. Has been a fun like exercise and like rating my favorite episodes, and I'm sure if I did this tomorrow it'd be different. But Sleeping in Light just exists outside of any sort of ranking system I could ever give it. So I'm not because it just exists outside of this framework. I can't, like, Endgame is my favorite episode, but Sleeping in Light has had a deep, profound emotional effect on me that I think about every day. And yeah, I just can't rank it. So use that information how you will. Anyways, this is it. This is my B5 ranking. Can't quite fit it all. Okay, here we go. Full screen mode. This is my episode list. Ta-da! All right. That was long. I might try and edit this down a little bit, but I'll see you guys later.